What's up, boozers? Today we're going to be reviewing Last Shift. This movie was made in 2014. It's directed and written by Anthony DeBlasti, who really isn't anyone of importance. DeBlasti, whatever. So the initial synopsis is, it stars a lady named Juliana Harkavy, and she plays the role of
Jessica Lauren.
And she's a cop. It's her first night on the job. It's been a year since her father's died, and as the movie progresses, you learn more about how he died, because he was a cop too. She goes into this police station.
After her mom calls her freaking out about her becoming a cop.
Yes, that's an understatement. She goes into this police station, and it's the last shift, hence the name, of this
particular station, because they've upgraded, and she's in the old building and they went to a new building.
And they've redirected all the calls to the new building. So essentially she's just there for one last shift to make sure that everything goes smoothly.
Basically a security guard.
There you go. Security guard. You're so smart. See, you should be talking.
I've got words.
Yeah, that's okay, because I got this, so.
Okay, so she goes into this with the intentions of nothing happening. The captain who's there, who brings her through all the regimen and everything, tells her nothing's going to happen, there's going to be no calls, it's just going to be empty, and she's there to man the station. So, obviously something happens. It's a movie.
It's a ghost movie. Or is it?
So, straight up, I rolled through this movie. Super hard to be brought down or scared considering. Anyways, I was sucked immediately into it as if a giant Dyson had gripped me by the eyeballs and pulled me into some twisted version of hell. Though some plot points were incredibly predictable, the end blew my head off. Spoiler alert! As a frequent habitué of the world of hallucinations, I expected to be able to notice and readily react to any and all such occurrences. But my sight was so focused down the barrel that I never expected that ending. Maybe my massive grin that accompanied the final bloodbath says a bit too much about my personality, or maybe it was just a really great film. The fact that I made it through the first 10 minutes without immediately being infuriated by the terrible acting was a shock, because that almost always happens in horror films. Oh. As you would know if you've ever tried to watch The Human Centipede. Okay. But being kept entertained through the entire duration was a gift from God or Satan or whomever the fuck it is you want to credit.
So this seemed like a run-of-the-mill, like, shitfest of a movie. It seemed, seriously, it seemed like it was going to be just generic. And in some ways it was. It was pretty, I wouldn't say predictable, but there was nothing new in this movie. All of the trailers and reviews that I'd seen online just looked awful. Need a drink. Anyway, what seemed like a normal, stupid ghost story turned into a serious mind fuck of a time and left you guessing and thoroughly enthralled. At least I was thoroughly enthralled.
As was I.
Kill you.
I don't think I got on Facebook throughout the entire film.
Which is impressive. Very impressive to keep your interest. I never would have given Last Shift a second thought had Biggs here not jokingly pointed it out to me one night. You did. I was laying in bed and you came in to say something. I was watching a different one and it had finished and you saw the like little icon on Netflix and you're like, oh, what's that one? I'm like, I don't fucking know. And then of course I turn around. So I ended up watching it alone in the dark, which was a big mistake. I was also sober. Another big
mistake.
It was a very ludicrous decision. When I made Big sit down and watch it with me the second time, I had the same sensations of trepidation as I did the first time around, which was interesting for a horror movie because you know what's coming the second time around, and it would still freak me the fuck out.
She says after every porno.
The twist ending will leave you slightly baffled. It's not anything new to the world of horror. It's just the way they went about it was
so well done.
Was really well done.
So
and
well done.
That's something that I really enjoyed about this movie is the characters, the filmography, the set design, and the execution of all three combined into one was just
so simple.
excellent.
It's almost a one-person cast.
Right. And it was excellent the way that they did it. It's not overdone. You're still left with questions and you're still kind of wondering what the fuck did I just watch? But at the same time, it's amazing.
Yeah. I loved the ending.
So, in my opinion, Last Shift is definitely one to experience after a few light drinks. You don't need to be drunk to enjoy this movie. Or you can have a nice mixed cocktail.
Or you can not drink and...
You can be rolling. And who knows, you might need a couple shots afterwards to kind of...
Get it? In. A couple shots?
If you've seen the movie, yes. Yes, thank you, Bridget. Thank you. On IMDb, they give it a 5.7 out of 10.
Ridiculous.
Stupid.
I give it easily an 8 out of 10, if not more. It was fantastic. I love a horror movie that actually gives me nightmares or makes me scared. Hardly any do. But that one, I was turning my back every time I went out to smoke at night, thinking that there was someone following me about to murder me in some super passionate, fucked up sort of way, which I loved.
I give it a 7 out of 10, only because as much as I loved it and thought it was great, I know that there are other things out there that have done better. Oh. I don't want to prematurely blow my load here, but 5.7 out of 10, that's complete and utter bullshit. Anyway, until next time, guys, cheers!
Cheers!